In this video, we'll dive deep into AWS Lambda, a serverless computing service offered by Amazon Web Services. We'll learn what AWS Lambda is, its key concepts, and walk through a practical example to demonstrate its power. Hi, I'm Grant, and I'm a software engineer at Smoothstack. Now, before we get started, I'll assume you already have an active AWS account. If you don't, please pause and create one. Here's a guide. Now at this point, let's get our hands dirty with an example. If you'd like, you could follow along, otherwise you can just watch me do it. So first we can just get to our AWS console and then navigate to Lambda. Now from here, you'll see an overview of our functions. Right now there's no functions, so if we wanted to change that, we can just click this create function. And then you'll see there's actually an option to just do this author from scratch, and it'll start you with just a simple hello world example. So let's go with that theme, and then instead of doing my function name, we'll just go with my test function. And then for our runtime, let's do Python 3.11. We'll keep the x86 architecture. As for the permissions, this is useful if you have some sort of other AWS service you need to tie into, and then give the according permissions. But in this example, we'll leave that empty. And then as for the advanced settings, none of these pertain to us just yet, so we'll leave those as they are for now. Now we can click on create function. And then you'll see a lot pop up for the Lambda configuration. There is this overview with our Lambda function, any triggers that you might add, or any destinations. For now, we'll keep this as it is. And then we can just scroll down a little bit and we'll see our code. Now, Lambda by default uses the lambda function.py as its entry point file, and then this Lambda handler function as its entry point function. So right now you actually see there's this hello world example. So we can actually just keep with that theme and then run a test with this hello world. Now for a test, you can click on this, and then we'll see this configure test event pop up come up. Now we can create a new event. Let's just name this my hello world test event. We'll keep this as private, and then we see there's this hello world template. Now inside of this event, you'll see this this event test object. There's a JSON. This is what the actual Lambda function will be using to get any data that you might want to pass to it. So in this example, there's just 3 keys and 3 example values. There's nothing that's actually getting pulled into the Lambda function at the moment, so we can just keep that. Now let's save, and then we can run test. And then we'll see for the test event name is the test we just created, and then the response has a status code 200, and then a body of hello from Lambda. And this makes sense because if you go back, you have your hello from Lambda message. Now let's say we wanted to take some information from our event object and then print it out to the user with a friendly message. So for instance, let's say the user gives us their first and last name or the event object, and then we want to pass that to them in a friendly hello message. So to do that, let's first create our test. Let's configure our test object, and then we'll name this one. Let's create a new one actually. We'll call this my name or my greeting test event. Keep this as private again. And then instead of doing key 1, key 2, key 3, we can do first name. We'll put my name in there. And then we'll also add in last name. We can delete the rest of this, get rid of that trailing comma, and then run save. Now, if I was to run this right now, you'll see it's not actually printed to the console, but we can configure our Lambda function so that we pull in the first name and last name from the event object. So to do that, we can just first start it by just deleting this comment. And then let's create a first name variable that references the first name from the event object. So we can just do first name equals event. And then the event object, while it is JSON, it just gets turned into like a Python dictionary. So we can access it just like any other Python dictionary. So I'll add last name in here as well. And then for a message, we can just concatenate these in an F string and then add it with a little hello in here. So we'll do hello, first name, last name. We can add an exclamation mark on here because we're extra friendly. Now we can edit a return message. So we'll keep this status code 200. This is useful. And then we'll just, instead of JSON dumping hello from Lambda message, we can add in our message object. Let's run deploy. This will save our changes. And then we can run test with our Grant Sapkowski test event object. And then you can see it actually prints our response object with our status code 200 and then our body with a friendly greeting message. So that's kind of like the basic overview of running a Lambda function. Now that you've got a solid understanding of AWS Lambda, I encourage you to explore more advanced topics, such as security, environmental variables, and integrating Lambda with other AWS services. Thank you for joining this AWS Lambda tutorial. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others who might benefit. If you have any questions or need further assistance, leave a comment below. Happy serverless coding, and I'll see you in the next video.